Imagine the scene. It's December 1914. World War I has been raging for months. Millions are bogged down in a frozen hell of mud, barbed wire, and death. This is the Western Front. But in the midst of this unimaginable brutality, a miracle happened. A moment so human, so unbelievable, it feels like fiction. But it wasn't. For one day, soldiers laid down their weapons to sing carols, exchange gifts, and even play football in no man's land. This is the powerful, true story of the Christmas Truce. Welcome to Legacy Lens Episode 2. By the end of 1914, the war that was supposed to be over by Christmas had ground to a brutal, bloody stalemate. Trench warfare was a new kind of horror. German and Allied soldiers were living and dying in parallel ditches, sometimes only 50 yards apart. They shared the same freezing rain, the same mud, the same rats, and the same constant fear of a sniper's bullet or a shell. This shared misery, day in and day out, created a strange, unspoken bond between men who were supposed to be mortal enemies. They were just young men far from home, caught in a nightmare. Then on Christmas Eve, something shifted. It started with a light. Along the German trenches, small Christmas trees or Tannenbaum began to appear, their candles flickering in the darkness. Then a sound drifted across the deadly space of no man's land, a familiar melody. German soldiers began singing Stille Nacht, what we know as Silent Night. After a moment of stunned silence, British soldiers tentatively responded, singing their own carols back. The music became a bridge across the battlefield. It was a spark of humanity in the darkest of places. Slowly, cautiously, soldiers began to poke their heads over the parapets. Shouts of Merry Christmas were exchanged in broken English and German. A few brave souls clambered out of their trenches unarmed, holding their hands up. They met in the middle, in the cratered, frozen wasteland of no man's land. The tension was immense, but it quickly melted away. They exchanged what little they had: German cigars for British plum pudding, buttons from their uniforms, and family photos. For a few precious hours, they weren't soldiers. They were just men, sharing a moment of peace and connection. And then came the most legendary part of the truce: the football matches. Using tin cans or bundled rags for a ball, impromptu games kicked off between the trenches. Germans against the British, Saxons versus Scots. For a brief time, the only battle being fought was on the makeshift football pitch. Imagine it. One day you're trying to kill each other, the next you're laughing and chasing a ball together. It was a surreal and beautiful testament to a shared passion that transcended war itself. But this spontaneous peace couldn't last. When word reached the high command on both sides, they were furious. Generals saw it as a breakdown of discipline, a betrayal of the war effort. They issued strict orders forbidding any friendly contact with the enemy. The war machine couldn't allow its soldiers to see the enemy as human. The truce was officially shut down and the shelling resumed. The Christmas Truce of 1914 was a one-time event, never to be repeated on such a scale. But it left a legacy that endures, a powerful reminder that even in the depths of conflict, our shared humanity can, for a moment, shine brighter than any war. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow for more wartime stories.